السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعين به ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. أما بعد, جزاكم الله خير. My dear brothers and sisters, I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide all of you, and I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless all of you. جزاكم الله خير. Brothers and sisters, inshallah, we're going to continue our series of explanation of the Holy Hadith. And today we have reached Hadith number 17. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Inshallah, I'm going to state the Hadith in Arabic. Then after that, I'm going to explain it in English. عن أبي يعلى شداد بن أوس رضي الله عنه عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال: إن الله كتب الإحسان على كل شيء، فإذا قتلتم فأحسنوا القتلة، وإذا ذبحتم فأحسنوا الذبحة، وليحد أحدكم شفرته وليريح ذبيحته. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have written ihsan or perfection on everything. So if you have killed then perfect your killing. Like he's referring here to slaughtering. If you're slaughtering an animal, then perfect it. And if you have killed, then try to perfect it. وَلْيَحِدْ أَحَدَكُمْ شَفْرَتَهُ وَلْيُرِحْ ذِبِيحَتَهُ. And then let each one of you sharpen his knife and comfort his whatever he's slaughtering. Brother and sister, this is a hadith that talks about how Islam generally seeks after perfection, And as Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have written perfection on everything. Meaning what? Meaning Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is encouraging us and ordering us to perfect everything that we are trying to do, and this is part of the Sharia of the Deen, the Sharia of Islam, is the fact that Islam encourage us to do the utmost things, the better things that we should be doing. For instance, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, إذا عمل أحدكم عملا فليتقنه. That if someone is about to do something, let him perfect it. Let him, do it in the best way matter. And even when it comes to the little things, what does that mean? Little things. Even if someone, for instance, in the state of war, or someone is about to slaughter an animal, even with that, that someone should not be a savage, should even act, in a humane way when dealing with his enemy, when dealing with the cattle that he's slaughtering. Brothers and sisters, and unfortunately, nowadays people have all sorts of stereotypes against Muslims and Islam. And why? Merely because of the ignorance. For instance, show me one religion that talks about in details how to have mercy and to deal with mercy with your enemy, even in the battlefield. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam have instructed the believers so many instructions of how to go about dealing with their enemy in the battlefield. Like, for instance, don't kill women, don't kill children, don't kill the crops, don't kill people who are not they don't have weapons, don't cut the trees, don't attack priests and bishops in their churches and their places of worship. All these humane instructions. Show me one religion that encourages such a strict law. And if you don't do that, you're considered to be a sinner. So Islam, brothers and sisters, even in the places where people become savages and become beasts, Islam encourages us to act like a human being. Why is that? Because subhanallah, yeah, yes, sometimes war is I mean, we as Muslims we try to avoid war. كتب عليكم القتال وهو كره لكم. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, that war have written on you and it's something that is hated. It is hated. So we're not some people who are like bloodthirsty. We look after killing people. No, billah. This is what Islam. This is not what Islam is calling for. And even imagine a religion, brothers and sisters, that forces you not to abuse and mistreat an individual that you 5 minutes ago you're about to kill. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, الذين ويطعمون الطعام على حبه مسكينا ويتيما وأسيرا. And they would people who يعني, he described the believers who feed the food to their يعني to their prisoners of war. Imagine a religion that has such a high morality standard that the individual that you're about you were head to head a minute ago, he's trying to kill you and you try to kill him. Now you're forced to treat him in the best way possible. And not only that, you're forced and you must feed him from the same type of food that you're eating and not to mistreat him. ويطعمون الطعام على حبه. يعني why? Because our relationship is not with that individual. That my relationship with Allah. Allah is watching me as I'm treating this person with justice. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling me not to abuse him. If you look at how people nowadays act in the battlefield and how they mistreat and abuse their enemies once they fall into their hand, it's above and beyond. It's really above and beyond. Look at how people were mistreated in the Sijin of Abu Ghraib. Look how things that people nowadays are in Gaza. How literally thousands of bombs are being falling on the heads of people and thousands of kids and children and women and people who are innocent, people who have no weapons, they die. Savages. People who don't fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So brothers and sisters, Islam give us the ideal way, the moral way of even if you are put in these situations, is how to deal with your enemy. إن الله كتب الإحسان على كل شيء. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have written ihsan, perfection on everything. And even if you want to يعني, get rid of someone, you have to do it in the moral way, without any abuse. Not in a way that that you humiliate him. Because in Islam, you're not supposed to hit people in the faces. That's another thing. In Islam, you're not supposed to hit people in their faces, because this is a way of humiliating people. So, brother and sister, this is what Islam encourages. وإذا قتلتم فأحسن القتلة. If you kill, then kill it in the most perfect way. وإذا ذبحتم فأحسنوا الذبحة. And if you wanna slaughter an animal, slaughter it in the best way possible. How? And Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam tell us, and he said, وَلْيَحِدْ أَحَدُكُمْ شَفْرَتَهُ. And let each one of you sharpen his knife. For subhanallah, how even Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and even we're about to slaughter this animal, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he taught us how to treat animals in the most human way, in the most moral way. How? First is sharpen your knife and comfort your cattle. You're not supposed, even if you sharpen your knife, you're not supposed to show the knife to the cattle. That's part of the morality that Muslims we should be doing. That's subhanAllah. You're not allowed to show the knife to your cattle because it would scare her. So as Muslims, when we're not when we are about to slaughter a cattle, we're supposed to, like for instance, cover their ears, cover their eyes, and not show them the knife, and do it suddenly in a way that would comfort them. But unfortunately, and subhanallah, and that's why halal way of slaughtering is the best way and the most human way, the most yeah, moral way of dealing with animals. Look at how some people nowadays, they shock them, scare the heck out of them, they burn them alive, they hit them with something on their head. Yani, it's absolutely ways of torture, absolutely way of torture. إن الله كتب الإحسان على كل شيء. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have written perfection in each and everything. So what do we learn from this hadith? Number one, we learn that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala teaches us how to be gentle, you know, and and this is how, subhanallah, if this is the way we should be dealing, yeah, subhanallah, with animals, what about how we should be dealing with each other? Some people, like subhanallah, people can be so devilish, how they plan against each other, how they talk against each other, and how they wanted to seek revenge in all sort of ways. Seriously. Second, al-hathu ala al-ihsan, that we encourage to do all sorts of things that are perfect. Try to perfect everything that you are doing. Not, yeah, if this is something, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala instructs us to be perfect in the way you slaughter, what about in the way you pray, in the way you recite the Quran, in the way you deal with your parents, in the way you do your homework, in the way you deal with others? Try to perfect it. Try to perfect it. You know. Third, that yani, ihsan is not just inclusive in things that we normally think about. It could be something, even could be like it could be also included in the way you slaughter an animal. It could be included in everything, in everything. Next thing, brother and sister, is the fact that Islam it encourages us not to abuse and harm the animals. If someone have a pet, if someone is dealt with animals, shouldn't be kicking them, hitting them. If someone have a horse or have a donkey or have a pet, this is an animal that have feelings, and we never know that how even one time an animal came to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, complaining to him about his owner, and how Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam dealt with his owner, telling him that that he's in charge, and this is a thrust from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We shouldn't be abusing whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have given us. So brother and sister, this is something and in this situation, Prophet Muhammad told us to sharpen our knife. Even if you wanted to, like, even if you want to uh, uh, address people, or you want to make discipline your children, discipline in the most humane way. So brothers and sisters, this is a message from Prophet Muhammad telling us how to be perfect and how to have ihsan in each and every aspect of life. And that's the beauty. Then that shows us how the beauty of Islam, and how Islam tried to go into even those small details. I hope that you guys have gotten this message, and I hope that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will guide all of us. Jazakumullah khair. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.